We're looking at practice clips from Minicamp and OTAs. Today we're looking at the Patriots, and we're getting a good look at TreVeyon Henderson. We're going to watch him catch some balls, work through some drills, and everything else. But before we dig in, you need to click that subscribe button right now, because soon training camp will be here. We'll have the practice clips every day. Your rookies, guys on your favorite team, guys you're drafting soon in fantasy football. You want to know who's climbing the depth chart, who's making plays, who's not. It's all right here. Click that button. Stop missing out. We're looking at TreVeyon Henderson. We want to talk about training camp. We want to talk what to expect. We got 44 seconds of clips. The Patriots have been quiet about him. He didn't miss some practices early on, but you'll see some good things. It starts right here. Watch this. Watch this. Boom. Showing the explosiveness. Showing that right there. We'll also talk fantasy football like always. This is like a perfect fit for all parties. Drake May, the Patriots, TreVeyon Henderson. Like, this team needed some explosiveness in the passing game. Explosiveness overall. Like, I've been saying this throughout the offseason. Like, this is a very talented wide receiver depth chart that just needs to pop off. They added Stephon Diggs, but they've had some young talent here that could pop off somewhere down the line, or at least give you a little something. But honestly, they needed a cornerstone option. This is an option that the running back position that is going to be part of a committee with Madre Stevenson that could be the ignition point for this team. Getting the ball in the flat with space around them, that could be dangerous. That could be nasty. Home run threats, getting some receptions downfield. This was a 5-star recruit that went to Ohio State and performed instantly during his rookie season. His freshman season, I mean. And that's rare that happens. You get a few of them, but it's rare that happens. Like him, Jeremiah Smith. Like, you don't get very many of those 5 stars that go to Ohio State that gets on the field and just performs at a big level. Catching balls downfield, like, you don't get it. Like, was on a team that was stacked with talent always, up and down the depth chart, got his moment and captured it early in his career. And he had some injuries in his collegiate career, but he bounced back from those, and he looked really good last year. Solid running back prospect. And at the end of last year, as they brought in Quinshon Judkins, and Quinshon Judkins was noted as one of the top running backs in college football. It was the end of the season. People were having heavy debates on which one was the better running back. Heavy debates. They're both very good running backs. They're both different assets, too, on how they play the game at the running back position. But TreVeyon Henderson is just the perfect fit for this team. Just the perfect fit for Drake May. He needed an explosive weapon somewhere down the line. That could make this offense more of a threat. They got it in the second round this year. They added talent on the offensive line. That is something this team needed. They needed a player that was a weapon they could move around, use them in different facets, and just be a threat that everybody has to pay attention to. That if the schemes weren't matching up and he's open in the flat, a little bit downfield on a wheel route, that could change the dynamic of the game. You're getting that with TreVeyon Henderson. You're also going to carry it out of the backfield. He's good in pass protection. He will put guys on their butt. He's very compact with that. That is something that was heavily noted throughout the draft process once those clips came out. Very good, stout running back prospect Patriots have here. And they could go running back again later because they can get a pounder with him, a decorated running back that could take on a lot of the beef touches up the gut, short yardage goal line, and have a good tandem, which that's where the NFL is going in that route. When I look at him for fantasy football, when I look at where he's going at in drafts, he's going in that range where the speculative assets are going when I'm looking at him in underdog ADP. Like, he's being priced appropriately. Like, there's rookie running backs right in that round. They're all getting selected. Bam, Quinshawn, bam, him, Caleb Johnson. You're looking at RJ Harvey. They're all in like the same roundish area, different league to league, ADP wise. They're all in the same area. And they're just priced appropriately because year after year after year, you're seeing the same value draft wise of running backs from NFL draft to ADP go in that range. And he's a speculative asset. Those are the running backs that could go off, that could go nuclear and help you out in fantasy football. They're a little bit pricey, but they're also in the point where you're kind of in that RB dead zone. And the RB dead zone is pretty much you're either going speculative running back or you're going to that veteran running back that can give you ho-hum RB2, RB3 production, macro-wise. Some of them exceed that. Some of them are worse than that. But macro-wise, on average, that's what you're looking at. And prospecting out from that, that's what you're looking at. And he's an upside back this year. I look for him to gain steam throughout the year. I look for that to happen. I would be surprised if it starts off a little slow and he gains steam around Halloween time. I say that with almost every rookie. It's just common sense. I think for some rookies, you can see it happening quicker than others. I could definitely see him having some splash plays early on. I think when he starts accumulating those, getting a few of those, it's going to be hard to let him lead the field. I'm expecting to see more out of him in training camp. I'm expecting to see more once those pads are popping. Just running backs are easier to note during those times and the drills and everything else. I'm expecting to hear more out of him in training camp, hear more about his role. I'm expecting to hear more from the coaching staff. If we want to talk about what we're expecting in training camp, I'm expecting to get more from the beat writers from TreVeyon Henderson. I'm expecting that to happen. I'm expecting to get more news, especially during joint practices. That's what I'm expecting. From studying these practices over time with all the teams, I'm expecting to get more news from him. The Patriots are good, allowing their beat writers to cook, show things off, especially from what we've noted from Drake May last year. I'm expecting to see him get more opportunities in the news front department. Player buzz. We're expecting to hear that. We're going to hear more about how he's being used more in the passing game. We're going to hear lines from the coaching staff about how explosive he is. We're going to see more things about him through the joint practices from other players and coaches. We're going to see some highlight runs here and there. We're just going to see some of that stuff. We're just going to see some of that stuff. And it's just going to be highly noted. More noted than what we saw during OTAs Minicamp and Training Camp. Training Camp we will. I meant like OTAs Minicamp and Rookie Camp. Mainly because, from what we're looking at here, running backs don't get as much opportunity in those practices. Minicamp and OTAs, pretty much working against air. Catching balls downfield, working through cones. They're going through concepts. 11 on 11s is a handoff. Offensive line's just jogging forward. Maybe a little catch in the flaps for what you're seeing. We'll start seeing some more out of TreVeyon Henderson for sure. For sure in training camp. You'll get more a feeling about what he's going to become at training camp with the Patriots here and how he's developing. But he's going to be a huge value to Drake May. They're building around Drake May. They're getting them some weapons. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to hear about that. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. One thing for watching. Catch you on the next video.